Greetings, everybody. I hope you're doing well out there. As always, I'd like to just begin with an opening introductory video situating this lecture in the greater context of our developing course, as well as the lecture and the readings from this week and previous weeks. So, as you should know, the first half of the course, the first 3 weeks, is roughly structured into the nuts and bolts of storytelling. What is the common structure of storytelling? Where do stories come from? How do stories make human culture different across time and across space? What we're doing now in the second section is applying many of these general lessons to a very specific strategic communication context, specifically in business settings. So what you'll find in weeks 4, weeks 5, and week 6 is a much greater focus on American firms, on storytelling practices that work in a marketing context, a public relations context, and in a greater sense, our umbrella term is to link basic storytelling ideas from week 1 through 3 to branding ideas and corporate positioning ideas in weeks 4 through 6. Some of my own personal experiences on the side, as a side hustle, as it were, I do communication consulting for small, medium, and large size firms. In many cases, I'm hired to give speech analysis, to write speeches, to address storytelling practices that companies are doing, whether it's in terms of their internal communications or their external marketing strategies. And I have a few different precepts, a few different principles I consistently apply in those contexts. And so what you're going to find in both the reading this week as well as the lecture this week is some of our general storytelling ideas applied to the nuts and bolts of very specific kinds of business communication situations. These are situations like pitches, new business pitches, interviews, social media contexts, finding a job, landing a new job or a new promotion. These are the kinds of concepts in which we might not think of as being storytelling opportunities, but if we're using some of the principles we're going to lay out this week in the readings and lectures, fundamentally they are. The lecture, as you'll see, will concentrate to some extent on some of the structural analyses carrying that idea forward, but also on approaching business situation contexts in which you're thinking like a storyteller and especially using vivid communication to bring sensory experiences to the minds of the audience.